Hello everyone, my name is Marina and you're on the Russian Language Club channel. Today in the video I will tell and show you how to write Russian letters. This type of writing is called italic or cursive. I will also show you the fragments of my handwriting tutorial. This notebook will help you to practice Russian handwriting, so it will be correct, beautiful and clear. The Russian alphabet has 33 letters. Almost all letters have two spellings, and an uppercase, the big letters, and a lowercase, the small letters. Only two letters do not have a big letter, a big version. They are hard and soft sign. It is important that today I will first show you how Russian learn to write. We do this in special notebooks. These notebooks we call прописи, but I will show you how to write Russian letters on the pages from my handwriting tutorial. Let's start from the vowels. And first we will begin and write down the letter A, the capital letter A. How we do it? Begin, we have the high line and the low line. The letter R, we begin just a little bit higher than a low line, then go up and down and make a line in the middle. That can be this way. From the between the two lines, the up and the low line, you begin this way and write this. A. There is one more variant, also very often people write down this way, this, that, and making a beautiful bow. A. That's the big line, the big letter A. You decide how to write yourself. The small letter R is written the same as the English letter A. 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 This way. The next letter, oh sorry, I have to stop here and to say you that it's important that all the letters, capital and small, are written the top and the bottom lines. And all capital letters must be above the top line. With a capital letter, we write the names, the place names, or simply begin sentences. That's it. The next letter O. The capital letter we write down at one time, this way. It looks like a long, elongated semicircle. The big letter O, the small letter O, this way. Yes. The next letter will be letter U. That's the next vowel. We begin upper of the top line, then go down just to the top line, again up and down to the low line. This is the letter U. Let's do it faster. This way. The small letter U, we begin from the top line, go down to the low line, then again up line, top line, and down just lower than the low line, and then come back. This is the letter U. Faster. This way. Okay, the next letter will be letter E. Imagine that you want to write a semicircle, but then you stop and write the line in the middle of the semicircle. That is the letter E. E. And the small letter, the same, only it is between top and low line. Top or bottom line. That's it. The small one more. Okay, the next letter U. Difficult phonetical pronunciation, but we will try to write it down. We begin in the middle, go up to the top line, then down to the bottom line, make a circle, again come back to the top line, bottom line and to the middle. That is the letter U. Do it faster. This way. I like it. Let's stop on this letter E. What's important? In my tutorial and usual, you will see that there is no capital letter E. Usually we don't have. Only in some names of the places they are near Russia, or maybe they can be in the Middle Asia. There are some names, the place names, they what begin with the capital letter E. But that's another situation. Usually in Russian language we don't have words with the letter E. We don't have words that begin with the letter E. The next letter will be E, also vowel. We begin upper than the top line, go down, again up and down, and we will stop in the middle between top and low and the bottom line, E. You can begin this way, E. It also can be the small, the same way, this or this. That is the letter E. The next letter is letter Y. That's also vowel, the letter Y. We begin in the top, then go to the top line and this way. Imagine that you want to write down 2 circles, but somehow you don't want to finish it. So it's not finished circles. The big letter Y and the small letter Y, there is also such letter in other languages, English, French, German, and so on. The next letter will be letter Y. It's written the same way as Y. What's the differences? The differences are in the 2 dots on the top, the letter Y. Y. And the small letter Y. Y. Usually, you can hear that the correct writing is the writing and not lifting your hand. But I honestly tear off my hand often. It's difficult for me to write without stopping. So don't worry, you can stop. What's happening with this letter? You can't write without stopping, without lifting your hand. That's normal, that's okay. The next letter, the letter U. Make a line. In the middle of this line, make a horizontal line and then make a circle or semicircle. That is the letter U. You can make it more beautiful and write this way. That can be also. Exactly, that's the print variant. But very often you can find this print variant in the handwritings. Usually the traditional handwriting should be this way. U. The small U. The next was the letter Ya. Ya. We begin in the middle of the top and the bottom line, go up, make a circle, and then come back to the line that we just the same position, the line between top and bottom line. So that is the big one, this way. In the small letter, you write the same way. The small letter is written the same way. That were all vowels of Russian language. Now let's focus on the consonants. We will speak about the consonants in the alphabetical order. The first consonant that goes in the alphabet, it is the consonant B. Write the line. For me, the letter B is the most difficult letter. I don't know why, but that is for me. You are right. You begin in the top of the top line or above of the top line, go down and you go up, just making like such a loop on the left, then make a circle in the right position and make a line that will be a horizontal line just in the top of our first line. That is the big letter B. Let's write it faster, this way. B. What about, it can be this way written or it can be written this way. B. Also can be this or this. Then let's write the small letter B. You write the letter O and then above the letter O you make 2 lines. Go up and then in the right. Up and right. That is letter B. The next, the consonant letter V. The same way, you begin above the top line, then go down, then come back to the top line, make a circle and one more circle. That's the letter V. This way, V. You see, the circle, the low circle, is much more bigger, wider than the up circle. How we make the small letter V? We begin between top and low line, go up above the top line, then come back to the bottom line and make a circle. That is the small letter V. Faster, this way. Okay, the next letter G, for me, it's the easiest letter. Just make a line, make it beautiful, and the horizontal line. That is the letter G. Line vertical, line horizontal. The small letter G you write down like the smooth zigzag, this way. G, G. The next letter D, it's also the consonant. You make the vertical line, then a small bow, then you want to write down this semicircle and this one. This is the small letter D, the big letter, sorry. This is the capital letter D. You can continue this letter this way. It also exists, the capital letter D. The small letter D, it's written this way. It looks like English G. D, but it's Russian D. The next, the letter Z. Imagine that you will have two semicircles, but they will be in the different positions, this way. This semicircle that will go right, then make the line to the top, the line to the bottom, again to the top, and the second semicircle in the left. Hurry up, this way. It can be the small letter Z, the same way, this way, Z, Z. The next letter Z. Imagine that you are writing the number 3, but it will be more beautiful, more smooth, Z, or this, Z. The small letter Z, it looks like D, but not finished one, Z, Z. The next letter is the consonant letter K. You begin just above the top line, go down, make a bow up, and then between the top and the bottom line, you make any K this way. And the small letter K, a little bit different there, but looks like this. Vertical line, then go up and down, up and down. The next letter L, it's not finished letter A, this way, L. Remember that letter R, in the middle we wrote the horizontal line. No, for letter L there will be no horizontal line, that is consonant letter. The small letter looks the same, only it will be small. The next letter is letter M, M. It's like two letters L together. You begin and write 2 times letter L without stopping. M. And the small way, the small letter, the same way, M. The next letter N. You begin this way and finish like this. 2 vertical lines and between them the horizontal line. Bow as usual and this. You can make 2 bows together in the bottom and in the top. The small letter without any bows. This is N. Important that the small letters, they should be just between the top and the bottom line. That's it. The next letter P. P. 2 vertical lines, but the horizontal line will be not in the middle, it will be above in the top. P. P. And the small one, this way, the vertical line, just between top and bottom line. Then you imagine you go up to the top and go back. Make it smooth. P. The next letter R. Again, just our usual line, vertical. And then you want to make a circle. R. R. And the small letter R, the line that goes just under the bottom line and this way. Like P. It looks similar, yes? P. Only P just finish on the bottom line, but R, it's go down. R. Some people write the letter R, they go it above the top line. It also can be, it also exists. The next letter S, it's not finished semicircle. S. And the same, the small, the capital, they write the same way. The big letter, the next consonants, the capital letter T. It looks like P because you write these vertical lines, but in the middle will be one more vertical line just in the middle, and the above the top line will be horizontal line, T. This way. And the small one, it's again like P, but only there will be not two lines, there will be three lines this way. It looks like English M, but be careful, it's Russian T. T. The next letter will be letter F. Again, our very popular vertical line and two circles in the right and in the left side. F. F. And the small one this way, just like R, only two circles. F. This way. The next is H. It looks like S, but it will have also the left direct, H. Only they have to be together. This. Yes, the arrow here. They should be together. H. And this one. H. The small direct. The next will be the letter Ts. It's, imagine that you want to write the vowel letter E, but then you're memorizing that it's not vowel, it's the consonant, and you make a bow under the bottom line. This is Ts. And the small one, the same way, there should be the bow under the bottom line. The letter Ch, it looks like E, but the E that goes on the up position. It will be above the top line. But then you go down and to this place. Down to the bottom line and then stop in the middle between top and bottom line. That is the letter Ch. This way. The small letter Ch, this beautiful beginning of the capital letter, it will be just under the top line, this way. Or it can be smaller. The next letter Sh, it looks like E, but one more line, Sh. Sh, the capital letter, the small letter, Sh. Can you tell me what word I read right now? Or maybe this word? What words are these? Sh. The first word is shi, shka, shishka. The next word is shapka, shapka, this way. The next letter, the consonant letter, that will be our last consonant letter, the letter sh. It looks like sh, only with the bow under the bottom letter, sh. That's it. And the small one, also with the bow under the bottom letter, the bottom line, yes. One more. I will show you how to write two signs, the hard sign and the soft sign. The hard sign, imagine we will come back to the letter ch, but we will make the circle. That is the hard sign. You make, it looks like letter ch with the circle in the end. And the the soft sign without, that's just the small sign. You write this way, soft sign. That were all Russian letters. I wrote them for you this way. In my handwriting tutorial, you will have a lot of tasks that will help you to practice Russian handwriting. Now, also in Russian handwriting, there will be a lot of pages that look like Russian прописи, but also there will be just normal papers where you also can practice. How it looks like exactly, you can, the letters will be just between the top and the bottom line. For example, let me write you как дела, как дела, that's the question, and the answer хорошо, this way. You see, I write the letter R, the other there, and I make the circle. I like it more. Как дела? Хорошо. What I should stop you. That's the capital letter will be just near the top line. The small letters, they will be just in the middle of these lines. That is how Russians write their letters. Perhaps in the beginning you will have some difficulties. Something will not work out. That's why I made the Russian handwriting tutorial, so you will have more practice. There are a lot of tasks that will help you to do more practice in handwriting. You can find more information and details in the comments just below this video. Subscribe to the Russian Language Club channel if you haven't already. Plus, you can find Russian Language Club on other social networks: Instagram, Telegram and Facebook. That's all for today. See you in the next video. Пока-пока. До скорой встречи.